Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Ultra League. Today we're going to be using the Galarian Weezing, and we're going to pair it with the Shadow Feraligatr and the Jelly in the back. So terrible lead, we go into our Feraligatr, and we are kind of a neutral switch in here. Yes, we're taking the Psychic Fangs, and looks like they're running Thunder Fang, but we get to fight back with these Hydros, and as you can see right here, with the one shield invested, we get this Steelix into the red. We're looking for a huge farm. Okay, they don't allow the farm down, so now we're just gonna have to fire off a move. This will chip away at the Skeledirge. The Skeledirge here does get to a move. We're just gonna let this go, and we're gonna bank some energy and head into the Jelly. We shield here, potential Shadow Ball, but they go for the Torch Song, which is fine, because now we are still doing super effective fast move and charge moves. So down goes the Skeledirge, and now we have a ton of energy firing off the Shadow Ball into the Feraligatr. So nice damage right there. We combo, but they also catch a move. This Brutal Swing does take out the Steelix though, so at least we don't have to deal with the Steelix. Now we have the Jelly into the Feraligatr. We know we survived one, so we let the first one go. And now it just comes down to, can we get to multiple moves? Serve is going to grab that last shield, and we're one away. And we do reach the next serve before they get to a move. So down goes their Feraligatr. GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with our Jelly in the end. So we had double waters, and they had the single water with the Steelix in the back. So switching into the Feraligatr put them in kind of a tough situation. Decent lead here. However, they are able to do some neutral moves with their fast move. They try to catch the move, but we are going to switch into our Feraligatr versus their Charizard. They grab the first shield, but we're probably going to get this shield back. Yep. And now we have to make a decision. Will they go for another Air Cutter or the Blast Burn? They decided to go for the Blast Burn. Doesn't KO. And now we're going to be able to get to another move. This does get that last shield. And our opponent does catches the move into the Greninja. So this is going to soften the Greninja. We go into the Weezing immediately. Hydro is used. However, we are going to be able to survive it. We fire off the Sludge and takes out the Greninja. Ooh, our opponent does have a poison type in the back, so the Sludge would not have done a lot of damage. But we just only have Brutal Swing. Honestly, the Brutal Swing is not the best move either. So here we're going to try to catch a move. It is the Scold, and they get the debuff. So a little bit unfortunate right there. Here comes another Scold. Our opponent does go back into their Charizard, and it looks like this Jelly is a core breaker for their backline. We fire off the Surf. Even though we are debuffed, it is enough to take out. And now we're just going to bang some energy, catch a move into the Weezing. And since we have the Jelly reset on their debuff, we can just fire off this Shadow Ball. Huge damage, and down goes their team. So GG's for our opponent, able to win that game because of the catch and basically resetting that Jelly so that we can fire off the full strength Shadow Ball. Now we're going to have the Weezing into the Dragonite. Decent lead. They go into their Empoleon, and this is where Jelly's going to shine. We don't have to worry about any moves here. Drill Peck does probably like 10%, 15%, and we are going to be able to deal huge damage basically from our fast move plus the Shadow Balls. Here goes the second Shadow Ball here. Will they double shield? Nope. But we get them into the red, and it looks like it's in farm down range. Let's see if they allow the farm down or they swap out. Okay, we are just gonna throw this energy here to get rid of it, and now we're gonna see the Dragonite farm a little bit, but not a lot of farm. And now we have the 2-to-1 shield scenario versus the Typhlosion, and that's going to be very beneficial for us because basically we can get to 2 Hydros before they can get to 3 Thunder Punches. All right, next we're gonna have the Weezing into the Belly Bolt. Okay, well, we don't want to see the Belly Bolt in the bag, so we have to stay in here. But unfortunately, this is gonna basically incentivize them to shield. We built up a lot of energy. We're gonna fire off this sludge, and what a call by our opponent. Could have been overheat, but they're just gonna soak the energy, and this is gonna be a huge tank for them. We know that this is gonna boost them up again. However, maybe if they let this go, we can farm down with something. Oh, okay. This allows us to basically soft lose the lead, and then we're gonna look for the farm down with our Feraligatr. Unfortunately unable to farm that down as they were triple boosted, able to get to another move. So now we have a ton of energy, but we're down a shield. We build up a ton of energy, bait the Ice Beam, and now we're gonna go for the Ice Beam here. They do end up shielding, and we have a decision to make. We're gonna shield her and let this go. They go with a Brick Break, and we're just gonna tank the move and swap out immediately. So our opponent is using a good amount of energy. It looks like our opponent has the Primarina in the back. This is an interesting situation because they did debuff us, and it looks like our opponent does reach a move. This is going to be the Hydro Cannon. The Hydro is not effective, but these charms are chunking away, and we need to reach a move before they get the KO. Ooh, they win the cap tie versus our Jelly, and then our opponent is going to be able to reach another move. These breaks ended up coming in clutch for our opponent as they were able to debuff our Jelly, use the Charm Primarina to get us low enough that it is in farm down range for that Como. Okay, now we have another Belly Bolt lead here. Oh, looks like they are not able to connect correctly. Oh, wait a second. They are there because these charge moves are going through immediately, meaning they are basically deciding not to shield. This is an interesting strategy. All right. And they haven't left yet, so they definitely haven't disconnected. Okay, they reveal Regidrago, and there they are. So, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what happened right there, but they had a huge tank, and they finally decided to quit. So, GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.